Alright, gonna hit up the next ranked draft in Theros Beyond Death. Now gold tier 3. Trying to just get on to the next one. Trying to get on to platinum. Alright, so let's see. This is a good card. Arasa Endless Web, 3/5 reach. Instant sorceries create 1/2s. Illyris Enraptured's pretty good. Get 2 creatures for 1. Brawler's good, expensive, but good way to, good form of removal. Nothing else there that would be worthy of pick 1, pack 1. I think it's probably a Rasta. Like I said, these are both pretty good, but there's a higher chance of seeing them again. I'm gonna go with this pretty gross looking spider. Alright. Nothing too appealing up here. I've used this card, Scophos, a lot. I feel like it's pretty good for the pump ability. Get up to a 6/1. Dawn Evangel is just okay. Returning very rarely seems to happen, unless I guess you engineer the deck around it. The Nylon Hero, the Nyxborn, is again okay. Pretty good card, I guess, in Boros. Too early to commit to dual color, though. Brine Giant's great in blue. Denied Divine. Omen of the Sea, of course, is good. Triton Wave Rider is good for the ability to fly over top. In green, there's nothing at all worth taking here. So I'm between either an Aspect of Manticore is a pretty good combat trick, so I'm stuck between Scophos and one of the blue cards. Probably Omen of the Sea. Green, blue, green, red. I'm probably going to go with the Scophos at this point. Feeling I want to get my 4-drop slot nice and filled with too many creatures that I have to balance it out later. Alright, so Cling to Dust is not that good. Siono can be good in Celestia. Flicker of Fate. I come to like this card a lot, Flicker of Fate. Elite Instructor is just meh. Memory Drain can be fun, good in the right deck. I feel like Starlit Mantle is definitely a tier above the other blue cards. Omen of the Dead, decent in black. Scavenging Harpy, very average. Again, very average cards. Final Flares, pretty decent removal. In red, especially if you sack, some of your enchantments you don't need. But in green, we have, I think, Return to Nature is just a great removal spell in this. So Test and Training, it's kind of up between these two, but I'm not committing to a Celestia card at this point. It's not that good to want to do that. And I feel like Return to Nature is better than Final Flare. Alright, so Threatening Signature is good. Good card for blue. Nice little surprise combat trick. Agonizing Remorse is underperforms, I feel like, in this format. Mirror Shield is actually better than I would think, but still nothing that shouts out, take this. Glory Bearers, Stern Dismissal, Vexing Goals, decent in a more aggro blue deck. Lampad is amazing. Not in black yet, but could be. Libation is okay. Kind of a last ditch if you need removal, but you have nothing better. And this Revelers is not really that great. Really rarely makes the cut. And again, this is a high cost to get just a +1 Menace. Sacking creature and enchantment. So, and this can be a good card sometimes in the right deck where you need flyers and you get that scry ability, get the blocking 1/3. But I think The only thing that's jumping out here is going to be Lampad or Threnody Singer. And I'm probably going to go with Lampad just because it's won me so many games. At the end of game, I mean, it just really can win the game. Alright, so kind of fits our colors. Warden of the Chain, which is a really good card. In green, there's nothing really else. Traveler's Amulet can be nice. Just to kind of mana fix, even in 2-color decks, I think it's pretty good. Altar Pantheon, probably not, without being 3-color. Below average, 2-drop. Oread. So this is, to me, the obvious choice, Warden of the Chain. Just happens to fit the colors. Alright, so there's a lot of good white cards here. Alseed, Life's Bounty. Good. This is also good. Escapes, comes back, fights flying creatures, pretty big. Daybreak Chimera, also pretty great. Flyer you can get out really cheap. Revoke Existence, again, great removal. We're not in white at all, that's the problem, Triumph Surge. Not that we couldn't go into white, but I feel like at this point when we have Chainweb Arachneer as an option. Oh, and also Funeral Rites is a great draw spell for black. So I'm kind of between Funeral Rites and Chainweb Arachneer. But because we are leaning red-green, and I probably had this, well, I know that I have the flaw of committing too early to colors, and I do value this card. I'm gonna go with Chainweb Arachneer. It's also an uncommon, so it is a little more rare to see it. All right. So not much here. As far as in black, the only thing that I like is Venomous Hierophant. As far as green, Skull of Dancers, a nice little 2-drop. Nothing amazing, but it gets the job done if you need to fill out the part of your curve. And as far as red, there is, I mean, this is the only thing in red that is maybe, you know, again, just filling out the curve with a creature. It does pump all your creatures, which is nice if we happen to end up with cards that target our own creatures, but I think it's going to come down to the Venomous Hierophant or the Skull Grove Dancer. Both are commons. Everything here is a common, so I think I'm leaning towards this possibly being more on the aggro side, but then again, I mean, this gets stuff into the graveyard, which would obviously help with the Chainweb Arachneer, but I mean, this is a better card, just period, than Skull Grove Dancer. And I feel like we could see Grove Dancer again, so maybe we could see both of them again, so I'm going to go with the Hierophant. Alright. Flicker is good. This is a good card, I should say, good card for, you know, white weenie aggro. Omen of the Dead, like that a lot in you know, in black decks in general. It's 1 mana flash, get a creature back, and then you can sack it to you could sack it to a Final Flare or something like that. Interestingly enough, I've been killed one game. I thought this card was just terrible, and I was killed one game by this player who kept escaping this. So I guess it has potential in the right deck late game, or almost like accidentally to become very good. But I'm gonna go with probably the Omen of the Dead here. I mean, again, need a 2-drop slot. This is okay, but it's very, very, you know, it's, I would say, below average. So we're gonna go Omen of the Dead. All right. To me, this is an easy Nexus Warden. It's just a solid 3-drop with reach 1/4, Constellation gaining life. All right. We're not in white, and this isn't even the great white uncommon, I don't think. So, unfortunately, we're stuck with Temple Thief. I don't like the 7/3. There was a red 7/3 Nyxborn Brute or something. I don't like that either. Just because of its low toughness. Final Flare, it's got to be. Good removal. We're in red. And You know, this will probably never make the cut. This would maybe make the cut in a white deck, but we're not. At this point, it doesn't look like we're going to be going in white, so I'm going to take the familiar. And this just fill up a 2-drop, 1/3, draw a card ability. Draw a card, discard a card. Alright. So this is looking good for black. Wow. Erebos, bleak hearted, is probably almost surely going to be the pick. But it's sucks to give up drag to the underworld. Nothing really else that sticks out in black. In red, there's really nothing here. Whirlwind would be a good, you know, permission magic card in blue, but we're not in blue. Soul Reaper's good, and Return to Nature, and there's the Skola, and even Plummet's overperformed for me in Theros, but I think it's just easy Erebos. You know, I hate to give drag to the underworld, but this can just outright win you the game. Alright, so if we're in black now, what are we in secondary color? Red? Probably not red, probably green. I mean, there's just more green stuff. Hate to get rid of Warden of the Chain, but I feel like that's how it goes with Warden of the Chain. You just don't end up in Gruul. I don't end up in Gruul that often. So here, Destiny Spinner's solid card. Keeps you on the aggro side. Hero's Blessing, but we're moving away from red. It's a great red removal card, but we got, again, Hierophant. We got Blight Breath Catapleibus, which is good removal. Not really a fan of Underworld Dreams. So Loathsome Chimera is probably going to be between this, which is a good escape creature, Loathsome Chimera, Venomous Hierophant, Blight Breath Catapleibus, or Destiny Spinner, and really I'm thinking this is between Destiny Spinner and Loathsome Chimera. Like the, you know, escape ability on this. This obviously is pretty good too because of the Maker Lands of Trample. I think we'll run into another Loathsome Chimera, so I'm going to go Destiny Spinner. Alright, so this should be an easy pick. Renata is a great green card. There's nothing in black but Soul Reaper Mogus. We'll see that again, most likely. And we're not taking another Scophus Maze Warden. This is I think this is a pretty good card in white. I've had it gain life at all the wrong times for my opponent, and then they stay in the game, and they get back a dreadful apathy, or not a dreadful apathy usually, but they get back something annoying. But anyway, for red and for black and green, it's got to be Renata Call to the Hunt. We're just not in any other colors at this point, unless, you know, Dream Trawler drops, and then we have to make a pivot. Alright, next up we got Hydra's Growth, Plummet, nothing in black. So I mean, I like Hydra's Growth, especially if we can get this on some kind of evasion. So I think it's easy enough to go with Hydra's Growth here. Alright, Enemy Enlightenment, not a big fan. We're not in black and white, so even though Rise to Glory is nice to resurrect creatures right back to the battlefield, that's not going to be any good. White removal's no help. We're in black and green. So it's really Mogus's favor or Return to Nature. Another Return to Nature. We do have one of these, and this maybe has a little more utility, I think, so we'll stick with this. Alright, Setessan Training or Nylia's Huntmaster. So I like Huntmaster a lot because it can give you these really big attacks, a lot of devotion, and then you swing in with like a 6/7/2 7/3, but it's not it doesn't give it trample. This does. I'm thinking that we go with training here. Man, another Warden of the Chain. Wonder if I could splash red just to play 2 Warden of the Chains. I mean, there's nothing else in green or in black, so I might as well take it anyway. All right, Grim Position. Yeah, there's no. I mean, we're in the wrong colors in this pack. It's all red, so I think Impending Doom is pretty sick enchantment if you get it to stick on the board for a while. Does a lot of damage very fast, and there's nothing. I mean, Grim Position. I guess we could have another 1-drop creature, but I really don't think that's gonna make the cut anyway. So take Impending Doom, Soul Reaper, easy. It's either that or Plummet, but I always like to have one of these in a deck that's running black. Alright. Underworld Dreams. I guess it builds up Devotion, probably won't make the cut. We have nothing in the colors we are. So I guess take Aspect in the Mana Core. Alright, we're heading into pack 3. Green and black, that's our colors. Wow. Alright. So I mean that's a mythic rare. Polokranos Unchained. 6/6 comes in, can become a 12/12, can fight things, loses its counters when it takes damage, and can be escaped. It's a pretty high escape cost, but I mean I don't see anything else that comes close. Alright, so there's another Hydra's Growth. Nothing in black. Voracious Typhon. I mean, I don't like Ashiok's Erasure is not. It's underwhelming. I feel like it's Ixalan's Bindings. It's kind of like that in a way. Maybe slightly better because of its flash, but maybe not because it has to you have to cast it and have the mana up when they cast their card. So, but anyway, in green and black, it's either Typhon or another Hydra's Growth, and I think it's got to be Typhon because Typhon again with the escape ability. So, wow, another Warden of the Unchained. It would have been sick to be in green and red and run 3 Warden of the Unchains. Wow. Then there's also Loathsome Chimera, Nylea's Forerunner, Nylea's Huntmaster, and Return to Nature. So at this point, take a look at the deck. See what the creature curve is like. This red stuff is probably not going to be there. Trying to get rid of it. I don't know why it's not there. So let's get rid of the red stuff and see what kind of. So we got 1 creature at the 1-drop. 1, 2, 3 creatures at the 2-drop. 1, 2, 3, 3 at the 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the 4-drop. All right, so we're heavy. I mean the curve is pretty high, so I feel like it's tempting to try to squeeze red mana into this deck and then play these. Probably a really bad idea at this point in pack 3 to do that. Anyway, it's either got to be Forerunner, Chimera, I think. And Forerunner's another 5-drop, so I'm thinking Chimera. We don't have a Chimera. No. Yeah. Alright, so in black, Aspect of Lamprey. Always like having one of those. It's grown on me. Underworld Charger, like this card in the aggro format. Like if the deck is an aggressive deck, this tends to be good. Otherwise, it kind of sucks because it can't block. This is pretty good for. I don't know if it's good, but I tend to play these kind of often as like a filler slot. These 4-drop, 4/3 enchantment creatures. And then there's the Huntmaster. So I'm thinking it's either Underworld Charger or Aspect of Lamprey. I think we need that low curve. Go with the Charger. Hateful Eidolon's nice if we have the right kind of enchantments. Shame we're not in white. This is a good white weenie. Play these not often enough. Rage Guard Berserker, but I'm thinking it's going to be Eidolon. Do we have any? I don't know if we have any. Well, I guess we do. We have some Cetessan training. We have Hydra's growth. So it can be activated. Perfect time for Funeral Rites. Get the card draw. Nothing here. Nothing in our colors. Again, Plummet probably won't make the cut, but it's the only thing there. Another Omen of the Dead. Probably won't make it. I'll probably take the Kraken instead just to get the uncommon. Get the extra gems, whatever it adds up to when you already have the card. And you draft it again. Pending Doom. Uncommon. Should I take the Pantheon? No. Unfortunately, I'm not going to play the Warden of the Unchained. It's too risky. Of these two, I would take the Marauder. I probably won't make the deck, but... Alright, let's try to... Try and make some cuts here. Alright. So let's say all of that keeps it. We have 9 off the bat to cut. Don't need a white card. Don't need Thrill of Possibility. Let's get rid of Plummet for now. I think we can get rid of... Well, first let's get rid of both these Underworld Dreams. Impending Doom. Triumph of Anax. We can get rid of that. Late red picks. What is white? Get rid of the white. And get rid of the blue. Okay. So that leaves us right at 40. 17 creatures, 2.7 curve. Mostly black. Oh, no, sorry. 12 to 11. So, yeah, I like it. I like it how it is. I don't really think that I want to add anything to this. Yeah. These I would love to have, but it just seems like it's going to be a recipe for disaster if I had drafted 3 of these and then added red mana or something to that effect. So, all right. Match number 1 against I Am Inevitable. Alright, so no black. Opponent goes first. We do have Pulachronos and Hirabos, so just I guess keep it and then hope we don't get. I mean, I really should be probably mulliganing this, but I tend to gamble way too much. So let's hope we draw swamps. All right. Now let's hope they drop a 1 toughness creature, and then we can Mogus to kill it and draw a card. Hey! This is funny how things work out, right? Sometimes. That's nice. So, even they think it's nice. We need to draw land, though. Alright. So, I'm thinking Scry for land, because really want to get another swamp. I like that removal, but I really want to get swamps. See a comment here, Destiny Spinner's passive can be really strong in matchups against blue. Yes. Hopefully it will come into effect playing against some counter heavy deck and get that spinner on the board. Alright, so our opponent is using our own remedies against us, but we did hit the swamp. So, what are we dropping here? Bleak Hearted, Erebos. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. Son of a bitch. Oh. I was going to consider between the options of Polycranus and Renata, but it's too late now. Too late now. Alright. I will block and draw a card. Alright. At least we got land. Now, try not to click anything. I'm thinking this guy has to come down at this point. Graveyard's not that built up, but I mean, this could just kind of chump in the meantime, in case there's a lot of removal on this, you know, player. I am inevitable if they have a lot of removal, but I feel like I'm just going to drop this, see what happens. Uh-oh. Alright, so that's going to activate. Ugh. It's just a Rage Hound. Alright, so this can... God, it'd be nice to have a Warbriar, but I don't have any of those. But anyway, this... I could sack... Yeah, I could sack the Hateful Eidolon to make this a 4/3, and then this could fight it and survive. So, and then I'll draw a card. Yeah. Alright. Hopefully I don't have some kind of pump shenanigans. Alright. Gift of Strength. They're playing the 2-mana Giant Growth for, of all cards they would have had in their hand. I never see that card played. Alright, now we have to prevent the aggro here somehow by filling up our graveyard so we can play this as a 12/12. Meanwhile, they have a basically experimental frenzy going. Alright, so this 2/2, what do I got? I guess I'll play that. Give me the 4/3. And probably not going to be using Lampad's abilities at this point. So just try to get as much blocking power as possible here. Yep. Need 3 more cards to get into the yard before that's even an option. Really don't have any removal in this deck, which is kind of a problem, so alright. Yeah, I would block with this. Hopefully there's no more pump shenanigans. So I don't know if it's wise to continue to draw cards off of Erebos when you're at 14 life and they have 9, 12 damage on the board. It's always tempting. I wish I could just put something in the yard. Go with it. Yeah. So we can block and sack something to Uroverse's ability at least. I don't know how else to really deal with this. Underworld, Greytown. This is just insane. Wow. Okay. Don't think it could get any bigger. Swing with everything, I think. Yep. Alright. So I'm gonna chump the Annex. This can block here and survive. I think this is going to be the chump, unfortunately. And then this can block and survive. And then I can sack this to kill, blow some Chimera. How did... Oh, it's -1. Son of a bungalow. Well, not much I can do about it now. I guess it did make me take less damage, but... So, Mogus's favor. It's not really going to be helpful to anything. I guess put it on here, maybe. Get funeral rites and hope for some kind of miracle. Maybe. Alright. Let's see if we can survive. Probably not. Oh, double Furious Rise. So somehow this person only has still has 20 cards in their deck. All right, so let's see here. So we're gonna pass the blockers. And we're gonna make the Arasta live. And that doesn't trample, right? No. So I'm not gonna draw a card. And they have nothing in graveyard, which is actually nice. Nope. Decline. Okay. So they just got 3 more creatures. 4 more. And now they're gonna draw 2. Wow. Alright. So this can't even kill the Annex at this point. Can I cast this? Actually, see what creature I want to bring back. What's their life total at? 18. Yeah, I didn't make a dent. And this is only at 2, so this thing never even came alive. Never had enough devotion. Ugh, what did I do that for? That was a misclick. I meant to play Typhon. Alright. Concede. You got it. I mean, that setup there. I had a great starting hand, but that Furious Rise and just early aggro. So not a fortuitous start here, but you know, we'll roll it. Roll it into match 2. Slimy Red. What's up, Slimy Red? Alright, so little curve action here. Got the right color mana. And on the draw. We'll go Eidolon into Thief, into Charger. Or perhaps even into Funeral Rites. Ugh, Destiny Spinner. It's an enchantment creature, so it cannot... Well... Could kill it with Return to Nature. Maybe I'll throw an enchantment on it or something. So, how much do I care about either of these? I mean, will I sack 1 to save my Return to Nature? Yeah. Pump. Alright. So now it definitely has to die to Return to Nature. There's Unchained Boy again. Hopefully we draw Forest. Cast that next turn. If not, Funeral Rites to get a land drop, I think. Stampede Rider. Solid. Alright, Lee carded. I think we have to go Funeral Rites to hit the land drop. Put Arachneer into the graveyard. So they're hitting all their land drops. Curving out into something here. Probably another very aggressive. I think that was that last deck Gruul as well. I think maybe it was. It was definitely red. Alright. There it is, Warden of the Chained. Let's see if this thing can stay on the board. There's no black. They don't have black, so there's no direct removal, but we'll see what happens. Then next turn, probably Arasta. See, this deck is, I think, really strong, but lacking. Our deck has no real direct removal, and it's in black, so I think there was we saw 1 that we passed up, 1 drag to the Underworld or whatever it was. Alright, so at this point, I mean, it's just a bad position. I don't know. Take 8 damage is a lot. Guess we just chump. Both have trample. Wow. Alright, drop the 3/5. Hope it can block one of these. Right. Probably taking 4. Another pump spell. Alright. That's a scoop. So, another super aggro deck. About to do the L hat trick here. Hopefully get maybe quicker board presence, quicker start. Alright, the bartender, okay. Looks like they're in the same gold status. Alright, not a great hand. And it feels like the kind of hand where you're going to just draw a bunch of lands. And I think it's a keep though. I don't want to risk going to 6 and getting 2 land, getting stuck with a bad hand. Just kind of left the top deck into something here. And they mulligan. Keep it. And they're a Mythic Champion 2019 7. Alright, so felt like we're going to start drawing a bunch of land. Usually take a 4 land hand and start drawing all land, but we'll see. At least we got the forest. And of course, there's another forest. So they got Mirror Shield, huh? We only have the 1 Death Touch creature in the deck. So they're ramping into something. They're going to get probably the Nyx Herald and the forest, I would imagine. Yeah. Alright. So, I think it's time to just try to play the aggro role here. Hopefully. Just having no removal was the big blunder. I mean, the big mistake I made with this deck. You know, nothing like that, for example. Of course, we're going to draw a land. And say go. Could always draw into some of the big stuff, you know? Definitely got the mana for it. Alright. So, he's got a 2/5. This is going to create a number of enchantments. So, could be a 3/3 land it could create. This would make... So this cannot be blocked. Okay, so this cannot block that. So we're gonna go and hope they don't have removal here. pray that they don't have removal. Or another, or another creature of any kind, basically, because this is 2 toughness, so... Yep. Well, this is going to double, right? So it doubles every turn. So that's going to help. So it'll be a 6/3, which, if they play training... Alright, well, I'd rather it be on the enchantment creature. So, okay, they got 3, or it's like, really can't attack with Temple Thief next turn. No blocks. Draw big money. Ugh. Land. What do you know? Okay, so, could have a 3/3 on command, right? 1, 2, 3. 3/3. So I might as well attack with the 3/3. Might as well use these lands for something. Alright. I'm gonna hold back on the Temple Thief. Trample, that's nice. Okay. So their Hydra's growth is now growing. We would have just enough to play the Polar Kranos and then fight something with it next turn if we drew that. Alright, another 1/1. Taking 5. Alright, so that's nice, kind of. 3, 4, 5. So it's just enough to block and kill this. What do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4 in toughness, though. So, and 2 cards in hand, but 4 in toughness. This would get 5 damage through. And that would mean they did not block this. So I feel like it's just go all in at this time. Ride or die, I mean. Right? Let me see. Do I have enough land? Yeah. Just pray that they don't have Flicker or any of the million other things. Land, of course. It's been the name of the game. And their hand is lighting up, so, yep. There it comes. So I think that's just enough for them to be at... What, did they gain life too? Yeah, they gained 2 life too. Well, they're not going to be able to kill me next turn with the Nyx Herald, so that's kind of interesting. So, they'll be able to do 6 damage with the Nyx Herald, put me at 5, because all this is going to die. Alright. Wow. I didn't expect the Temple Thief to come out of that, though. So, do they have lethal here somehow in their hand? Do they have another giant growth to get this to 9? And then another 2 damage on top of that? Because next turn we create our... well, it'll be a 4/4 now. We'll make a 4/4 trample land. Alright, that's still an enchantment, so that's no help to them. I think that's game, unless they can give this haste somehow. Right? Alright, escape triple L. Let's take a look at the deck, see if there's something going on here that needs to be fixed. So, I thought the curve is good. 2.5. 17 creatures. Maybe the top end's lacking. I don't know. There's a lot. Look at this 4 slot. Maybe it should be. Maybe I should throw in 2 Warden of the Chained and throw in some mountains. But I mean, I don't think so. I mean, games 1 and 2 were good. We just don't have any removal. Alright, Mighty Quinn. And go first for a change, so that's nice. This is decent. Keep it. Just need a nice 2-drop creature for next turn. Start with Eidolon, go into a 2-drop creature if we draw one, and then Loathsome Chimera. No, okay. At least land is good. So anyway, if this dies, we gain a little life and we'll draw a card off of it. Well, we'll draw 2 cards off of it. We drew 1 already. But then if it does die now, at least we'll draw another card and we gain, probably we'll gain 4 life off of it. So for 2 mana, it's not bad. Alright. I wish this would help now, but it would not. Your go. Thank you. I know that. Do I want to trade and draw a card? I don't really have removal, so... But no. Not yet. Try to play a little bit more cautious. Okay. So, 2 2/2s, right? It does get some stuff in the yard. 2 cards in the yard for Chimera to trade it off. Draw a card. Smash. I mean, we got a handful of land here. I'm not going to wait around to see what terrible stuff this opponent has in their hand. Alright, that's nice. So we got Underworld Charger and Hierophant, which is nice. I think this is the first time I've seen this card. Now we see it twice in a row. See what they dropped in there. They dropped their Funeral Rites. Okay. So, did we just bring this back in? Yeah. Why not? This Mighty Quinn is very impatient. Giving me the your go. I don't think I'm taking an inordinate amount of time. Alright. Forerunner. Okay. I will gladly trade that. Now we drew the Arasta. So I think I want the Hierophant at this point, and then that will get us Chimera back on line sometime soon, I would think. And Mogus's Favor? Why not? I mean, if they were going to Myers Grasp it, it wouldn't matter. It's just a little extra. Yep, they're eyeing it up. Something. It's all fodder for Chimera at this point. Happy to trade. Do they have the giant growth? It doesn't matter. Death touch. Alright. So, I'm thinking we're going to drop Renana. Follow that up with Charger +1, so it'll be a 4/4. Unless they're going to kill this first. Yep. Send it to the bottom. Alright. I think Chimera comes out again. Next turn. So, get rid of... Gray. Throw that on there. 2, huh? Trying to do it damage as fast as possible here. Hope there's no answers. Next turn, drop Arasta and Thaumaturge. Should be able to drop both of these. Alright, pull up to even. It's nice to see. It's always fun when you're starting 0-2 and you're trying to pull through. Last draft was 7-2, which I uploaded to YouTube under Sight and Zero, the same as my username here. But I hadn't turned on store past broadcast for Twitch, so it didn't save it on Twitch. But hopefully, be able to get an affiliate status and be able to start to upload stuff. So this is decent hand. Start off. It's nice to have Erebos. Could use a 2 or 3 drop though. We're going silent, radio silent after turn 1, and they're gonna play the spider or the death toucher, Arachneer or the moss viper. Definitely thinking about something. The Pantheist Pope. I like that. Moss viper. Alright, there's our 2 drop. Right on time. And I think save Eidolon for now. Because maybe we get Mogus's Favor would be great to play on the Viper. We could draw a 3 drop here. They're really thinking about that. Kill the Destiny Spinner. Okay. Are they gonna attack? No. Alright. Now they're gonna start attacking with the 1/3. So Warden of the Chained, is that what we're about to see? Warden of the Unchained in the Gruul package. Alright, impending doom. Gonna be tough to deal with. A 4/6 death touch. Moss Viper. Just what the doctor ordered, though. And we'll gain a little life. And hope they don't pump this thing up even higher. A lot of suspense against the Pantheist Pope. They very much take their time here in their turns. And it makes me just... It gives me an ominous feeling. I mean, this is a horrible trade kind of too, right? Like, I'm trading... even if I were to fight that creature, it would still die to do the death touch, but I have to get rid of this thing. Oh yeah, it doesn't, no, death touch doesn't even affect it because of its counter ability. Cool. So it sticks around as a 2/2. Hopefully we can fill up the graveyard enough somehow. Maybe draw Hierophant. That would be nice. If not, play Erebos. And then we can start drawing cards where our life total's not too low, so we can start drawing cards off Erebos. But opponent has yet to play anything, so Flummox Cyclops. So he can't block if 2 or more creatures attack. So maybe I attack and play Marauder. Because, yeah, because he can't do anything about it. We also have Omen of the Dead. So at this point we could resurrect Destiny Spinner. Yeah, I'm liking that. Gain a life. Now we have a trade if they want it for the for the Marauder, and maybe even just take the damage and then start losing trades with the Erebos out. And it might be worth. I mean, the way the graveyard is, nothing in the graveyard, it might be worth Omen of the Dead on Pulokranos. Now we wait. Now we wait. See what the magic unveiled from their hand. Like, do they have aspect of Manticore? Maybe? I'm gonna... So either take 4, probably have some sort of trick, or wait. Yeah, I think we're gonna take 4. And then Erebos, so that we start drawing cards off of our dead creatures. Alright, this card is really good. Nessian Wanderer. Really good. They're like trying to figure it out, I guess. Alright. Now, it's a creature. Great. So I don't, it's exactly at 5. So I don't want to attack and lose something right now. I want to keep this a creature for blocks. It also gives us a sack outlet. They got 3 in yards, so they can bring back Chimera once at this point. Mystic Repeal would be the card we don't want to see. Return to Nature won't do anything to this. Alright, that's fine. Now they're going to start getting all their land out of their deck, because this card is really sick, and the Satyr Scout gets all their land, so they start drawing money every time. But there's still 26 in there, and that's on face value, that's only their 6th to land, so it's not at that point yet, but See if they attack. Probably not. Flummox Cyclops cannot block. If so let's see how many enchantments. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would be 5. Is it worth bringing back Destiny Spinner to create 5/5 land? 5/5 land I can swing in. It might be. But then again, we can cast, we could bring this back. I don't know. Screw it. We're gonna try it. All right. So yeah. And this is at 6, so I don't want this to die at this point. I mean, I can't escape it, so. Alright, I like that. They're kind of forced to make bad blocks. They'll probably have to play Chimera again. They'll probably have to block with Chimera. That's why I don't like to ever play this card, because it's, I mean, 7/3 for 5. It's just so easily killed. It has no trample. I guess with the Cetessan training, it would be nice, but it is risky not having any mana available, because it would be nice to be able to trigger the sacrifice creature option, or, well, trigger the fight option here. So maybe they're going to time out. They have no timeouts left. And the rope's almost done. It's a tough block. I mean, there's really no good blocks for them. And they took it. Alright. That 5/5 is going to come back again next turn. So they got 2 cards in hand that are not lands. I thought they would just chump with this. Maybe they have something good in their hand that they want to play, because why not chump with Chimera and then just play it again? But maybe they have a 5-drop. Something really scary that they're going to play. I don't know. But this, it really helps that they can't block with the Cyclops. It makes their blocks pretty bad at this point. Alright, well that's good for us. So what they have in their hand? They had Caryatid? And now they have 3 mana. I think that's... I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but unless they have something really good, got quite the advantage going into the next turn. So they're timing out again to pass turn. Maybe they're really just thinking and they can't. Okay. So I'm going to definitely draw a card off that. It's our own Return to Nature. What do you know? So that's going to be nice. Now they're timing their rope out again. That's really, I don't think that's a good idea for them to attack, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah, you might as well. It's not going to be able to block anyway. So let's see. Next turn, swinging in with 5 creatures, so just the 2-drop gets through. Right? And then I can get, well, sorry, I can get rid of 1 So they would only have 2 blockers. So they would block this and this. So 3 gets through. So it should be game. Because Return to Nature kills Nyxborn Brute. I don't think they have anything for 1 red mana in their hand. And that leaves them with 2 blockers. And we're sending in 4 creatures, and they'll block here, and they'll block here. And they'll take 1, 2, 3 exactly. Alright. Right? Should be game. If it were not somehow, at least we have Chimera for a blocker. Alright. It all gets through. And we're moving on up. 3 and 2. Alright, so from 0 and 2 to 3 and 0. See what we're in for here. I have a feeling that Arena matches you against similar records because it gets like exponentially harder when you get into the when you're like 7 and 1 or something like that. Your matchups are insane. So I feel like maybe being 0 and 2 gave us easier matchups. All right, so we're curving out. We're curving on out. This is the same start as last game. Hateful Eidolon into Setessan Training. And we're on to the play. And there's our friend Polocranos. Gain a little life. Draw a little card. Say go. And we just need to draw 1 more land, but hopefully the Familiar will help us scry for the land that we need. Alright, Return to Nature. It's always nice to see. Attack first. Familiar, scry, hopefully get a land. Yes. Alright. And it's good spread too, because that allows us to cast Polocranos or Erebos. And I'm thinking maybe Erebos goes down first this game. Alright, Nexus Warden, good card. We still can gain life with Hateful Eidolon. So we can still swing in with everything. Just block here. And we'll gain 2. Oh, he could block in the air, but... And let's hope that they throw down a big old fat enchantment creature so that Return to Nature gets to do some work. If not, Polocranos comes down. 26 life. This is an enchantment creature. This is beautiful. Now, we will create a spider, unfortunately, by killing this, but I think that's worth it. So, it's either drop this and wait. But I mean, what is the spider? It's a 1/2, so yep. Now here's the question: do I sack the Thaumaturge to destroy this? No, I can't because it's -2, -1. So really. Do I sack the Hateful Eidolon to kill the spider and draw 2 cards? I could draw off of Erebos and draw 2 cards off the Eidolon. I think yes. No? Huh. Okay. So we're still gaining life, but I thought he would have killed the Eidolon there, so... Just cast Destiny Spinner, and we are up to 2 Devotional on Erebos, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 enchantments, so we're looking at a 4/4 trample land. Alright, they're gaining life, so we've really put no dent into their life, despite what feels like a pretty good start. And they're in black, which means they probably have good removal that we do not have. I mean, this could be our removal, but we'll see. This is a scary looking spider. It's like an ant head. It's like an ant head spider. So I don't know what they're looking at. Mythic repealing the Erebos. It'd be nice to get to 5 devotion. I mean, this would... we would be at 5 if we got both these down. These could both stick, and then Eidolon stuck. That would be 5. So big decisions here from Yulia. It's Yulia. Alright. Gain more life. Yep. I don't know. It's either make a land. No, we can't because all the lands are tapped. And it doesn't untap the land, so. I think it's tough to say. Let this guy come down and start doing work, or let's I think we just drop Polokranos, say go. Alright. Say bye to Polokranos. I might as well sack him. I don't know that it really makes a difference though, but I could sack Polokranos before this trigger goes off and give something -2, -1. Alright. Do I... Alright, well I'm gonna get the draw a card off of it either way. And -2, -1. Is not... I mean, that's gonna prevent me from casting Marauder, so I'm just gonna let it resolve. Or, I've never thought about not sacrificing this. Sacrificing the Eidolon, drawing 2 cards, and then killing something with Polokranos, and then letting Polokranos die. That's interesting. Let's try it. Hopefully get a land here. We got enough life to draw a lot of cards. Alright. So we're gonna kill this. I mean, the fact that I'm sacrificing a creature and then I'm drawing a card off of the creature. Alright. That's interesting. So that really... Actually, you know what? Screw it. I want to make sure that thing dies. And we're attacking in the air. Well, that's a reach, doesn't it? Oops. Came from a spider mommy that had reach, so makes sense. Now we just hope that our card advantage and life total advantage. Alright, now they're gonna exile Polokranos. Kinda sucks. Not gonna lie. But we're still maybe gonna be able to... Alright, so this might be where it helps to have Hydra Growth on a flyer, I think. Yeah. I mean, that could get pretty big pretty fast and get pretty ugly for the opponent. And then we'll drop our own next sword and try to draw some, or gain some life off these enchantment creatures. Swing in with the 2/4 and hope they don't have another giant growth in their hands. Alright, they're eyeing up the familiar, so they want to get rid of it. Maybe they have Final Death or something. Something really nasty like an exile. Alright, Typhon. No problem there. And now we get our own spider mommy. So 1, 2, 3... so this is at 1. So we would not activate this even if we dropped both of these. So I'm thinking this is good to block against Typhon. Right? Gain a little life. Swing in the air. Probably want to drop Lampad too. Actually, we could totally sacrifice something to kill this at any time, but I don't think we need to yet. With Theros. Gain a little life. Fast turn. And hope they don't draw the top deck bombs. They definitely can recast this as a 7/7 if it dies. Alright, not a big deal. It's no problem. They're gonna have to start sacking their... I wonder if it is worth... No, I want to activate that, so I'm thinking like, is it worth sacrificing something? So Omen of the Dead. Alright. This actually is going to get Erebos up and running. Right? I think it is. Yeah. So, board looks pretty big and scary. And we can attack. Be nice if Erebos had Vigilance, but... And we have 3, 6, 7 creatures, so we got 7 damage on board from Lampad, if necessary. And also Lampad gives us nice... I love this card. I mean, it gives you nice protection against anything that they try to do to your creatures. You just sack and responds. Alright, so now they're going to start getting rid of their reach creatures. Alright. I would have thought they would have gotten rid of Typhon so they could recast it as a 7/7. Alright, take 5. So next turn they're looking at 9 in the air. That could be game if I kill the Harpy and they don't have anything in the air. I mean, if they don't... I could kill the Harpy end of their turn with Erebos. No, I can't. I could do it on my turn, though, when I have Swamps again. And then if they don't have anything to protect in the air, that's easily going to be game because this is coming in for 9. They have to deal with this gigantic familiar. Alright. It's going to keep them alive a little longer, I guess. It means they have a potential life total of 18 again. If they were to sack everything. I mean, this is a heck of a board state here. Really, the only answer to Erebos is a Mystic Repeal. And we're not low, and our deck is not at like 7 cards. We're at 20 cards in deck, so we're still solid in the pile here. So they're thinking things through. All right, that's going to be a pretty big amount of swing. Yep, puts him back at 20. So Erebus is at exactly 5. So, yeah, alright. Alright, that's nice. Another escape creature. So, I'm thinking they have nothing to block in the air now, right? How many enchantments are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could be 8. Wow. Yeah, something tells me. I don't know if we have enough mana for that. I'm thinking activate this for 4. Right? That gives me 3 mana. Yeah. Is that 4? Okay. I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, I want to kill their flyer. Yeah, let's do it. Alright. Now we're gonna sack something. Get rid of this. Nothing else has submit 1. Sack. I think Nexus. It's got to be Nexus Warden. Sorry, Nexus Wardens. Let's draw a card off that. Alright. And we're coming in with all that. So they got the 7/7 Trampler, the 9 automatic in the air. Oh, no lamp pad anymore for this. And at 2. So that's almost game. Wow. I could put them at 1. But we'll wait, see what happens. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty locked up here. Alright, that's fine. Yep. Good game. Alright. Nice. Moving on up after that 0-2 start. Now we're probably bound to start getting harder opponents now. After the atrocious first 2 matches. Opponent goes first on the draw. So hopefully draw another mana. Play Funeral Rites on turn 3. It's a very slow hand. Well, we got the mana. I've seen Wander early is really hard to deal with. not looking good. That's my instinctive reaction. No effects. 90s band. Never really listened to him, but I knew some people that were pretty big fans, liked him a lot. I think they're kind of like punk, some style of punk. Yeah, so this is going to get ugly real fast with Nessie and Wanderer on turn 2. So we have lands, so we're not desperate to play Funeral Rites, so I think we play Mogus, just try to get a creature on the board. I mean, if their hand gets incrementally better than starting off with Nessie and Wanderer. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much, I mean, we're not playing playing Plummet. I don't know if there's any way really to deal with that. We have no Warbriar blessings. I mean, that was the one thing that was just lacking in this deck, was there's no removal. None. I guess Typhon, and then try to slam in, like race them somehow. I don't think that's even possible, but Timurit, another great card, another Nessie and Wanderer activation. And we're taking 4. Basically need to draw Pulachranos now. So this allows us to draw a card. Alright, it's not really any help, unfortunately. Probably just take it, yeah. Maybe we'll just try to gain life off Nexus Ward and stay alive that way. It's going to be really tough. I mean, I have a feeling that this board's just going to get better and better. Yep. I mean, you can't ask for a better curve out than No Effects here had. Really, you can't. It's that dream curve out. So we can't. Okay. Can't even attack. Sometimes you get mauled. I mean, this is just... Right. Try to trade the Brawler. And then that comes in as a 1/1 and fights something, I guess. Maybe he'll fight the Hierophant. That would be nice. Huh, it didn't fight anything, I don't think. Yeah, and that's another great card when you have something that's 4/4 out. Keeps us alive one more turn. I don't even think it's worth it. Just to help them along. Alright. Let's give him a good game. Alright, so not the best. End up 4-3, but at least did a 4-0 run there in the middle. And enough to do another draft. Till next time.